Hi everybody, it's Ruth. Welcome back to my channel, It Is Well. So I'm thinking about snacks today. I don't know if you guys are snackers or not. I tend to get cravings for snacks late at night, especially if I'm staying up late. And I have several kids that are kind of grazers. They eat small portions of whatever they can find all throughout the day. And then others that just kind of stick with the 3-meal staples and aren't such big snackers. But I think most kids like snacks. And so that can be a challenge, keeping snacks stocked up in the house. We all can do fruits and vegetables, crackers, basic things like that. But I don't know, especially when my kids were little, I felt like I was always like, what do I buy for snacks? You know, like you can always buy the big things of goldfish crackers and things like that, but maybe you're looking for something a little bit healthier, something a little bit cheaper. So I have just a few ideas that I'm gonna throw out to you today for snacks. First for myself, because I'm trying to eat healthier right now, if I'm craving something salty at night, my go-to is popcorn. And you may be like, oh yeah, popcorn. But to me, there is a big difference between popcorn and good popcorn. And I have a particular way I like to make my popcorn. I am using a particular kind of seed. I'm gonna show that to you. That sounds a little crazy. I'm just kind of picky about my popcorn. So if I'm craving salty, I'm gonna show you how I make up a big batch of popcorn for myself. If I'm craving sweet, what I've been doing lately is mixing up a little bit of plain Greek yogurt. So it has no sugar, it's just plain old Greek yogurt. And I use a little bit of peanut butter in there. And I kind of swirl it around. And then if I really want something sweet, I might add a few chocolate chips, just a few. And to me, it's like really creamy. It's a little bit sweet. It just kind of satisfies that sweet craving I have. Or I might like grab ice cream or something if I'm not doing well. That's kind of my go-to for something creamy and a little bit sweet that's healthy. So popcorn and the Greek yogurt with peanut butter and a few chocolate chips are kind of my go-to late night snacks right now. I also wanted to show you, before I go any farther, it's probably backwards on the screen, but Smucker's, I feel like this is a gold mine. I have been buying for myself the natural organic peanut butter from Aldi because I felt like it was the best price. I was trying to cut the sugar out of my diet and I wanted peanut butter that didn't have sugar. But I found this at Walmart just by chance one day. Smucker's makes an all natural peanut butter. And most of the peanut butters like that I was finding even at health food stores or at Aldi that didn't have sugar had some sort of oil and some sort of salt. When I found this, the only ingredient in it is peanuts. That's it, just peanuts. And for this big 26-ounce jar, it was like $4.60. The smaller jar, which is a 16-ounce, I got at my Walmart for $3, which is cheaper than the natural peanut butter was at Aldi. So look for the Smucker's all natural peanut butter. I eat this on apples, bananas. I put it in my steel cut oats in the morning. I mix it in with my Greek yogurt. I love this stuff and it's really affordable. So just wanted to throw that out there. But for my kids snacks, I'm gonna show you an easy versatile muffin that I make. It's an easy oatmeal muffin. You can add anything into it you want. It's kind of one of those basic staple muffin recipes that you can add chocolate chips, you could add nuts, you could add chopped fruit and just put in it whatever you want. It takes like 5 minutes to throw together, takes about 15 minutes to cook. It's all ingredients that I usually have on hand. It does have some regular white flour. I'm sure you could adjust that if you want, but I kind of look at it as when I'm making something from home, I know all the ingredients that are going into it. There's no preservatives. This particular muffin, I don't put sugar. I usually use honey. So it's a lot better than the processed snacks you'd be giving your kids from the store anyway. So I'm going to share that recipe with you. I'm also going to share with you my favorite energy ball recipe, which is something that we all eat. And my kids, like before soccer games, they like to grab a few of these energy balls and take it with them. They might pop one in their mouths during halftime, or if they're playing multiple games, they might eat them in between games. So it's kind of a great thing to grab and go. And then I'm going to share with you a homemade ranch recipe that I recently discovered that I really love. So eating raw vegetables is something I'm trying to get better at, but I love ranch dressing. So this one I can kind of eat guilt-free, and my kids can eat it too with raw vegetables, and it just makes it taste a little better. So if you're interested in this stuff, stick around. I'll share with you a couple of recipes, and here we go. Okay guys, here is how I do my popcorn. This is my popcorn pan. It has been burnt a couple of times by kids trying to make popcorn, so we just reserve this pan for popcorn. I use olive oil. Olive oil is good for you. It makes great popcorn. I feel like it has great taste too. I just lightly coat the bottom of my pan. And white popcorn seeds. You guys, these are so much better to me than yellow popcorn seeds. You have to look for them, but most of the stores carry them. I feel like the white popcorn seeds are lighter and fluffier and just taste better. Now when I buy yellow popcorn seeds, they taste kind of stale to me. So I just coat the bottom like that. Put your lid on. I turn it on like almost high on my oven. It's like an 8. And I just literally sit it there. I don't shake it or anything. I sit it there. And in about 2 to 3 minutes, the bowl will be filled with fluffy white popcorn. And then I just season it with a little bit of, you can use like sea salt or regular salt. We don't have a lot of salt in our diet, so I don't really freak out about putting salt on my popcorn. And I also use sometimes Colonel Seasons makes a 100% all natural butter flavoring. You can get it in a spritzer or in a powder. So if you like the butter flavor, you can sprinkle a little bit of that on it too. So I'm gonna pop up this popcorn here. Okay, and there you have it, a big bowl of fluffy, salty, buttery, white popcorn. You wanna try it? Thumbs up, good healthy snack. Okay, so now we're gonna do the basic oatmeal recipe, and these are the ingredients. You need 1 cup of oats. You can use quick oats or rolled oats, 1 cup of some sort of milk. I'm just using whole milk, 1 egg. You need 1/4 cup of sweetener. You can use sugar. I'm going to use honey today. 1/4 cup of olive oil. You can also substitute applesauce for that. I'm using 1 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to throw in just a splash of cinnamon and vanilla. And then again, you can add blueberries, you can add bananas, you can add nuts, chocolate chips. These are very versatile muffins. So Ashton, do you want to start mixing up the recipe? And Ashton is going to dump all the ingredients in. These are so simple, your kids can make them. Okay, here we are ready to make energy balls. This is the recipe I'm using today. I'm using 1 cup of oats, 1/2 cup of flaxseed. This is 2/3 a cup of shredded coconut, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, and 1/3 cup of honey. We have a few chocolate chips left over we're going to put in there. You can also add a tablespoon of chia seeds if you'd like. There's a lot of different versions of energy balls out there. I usually have these ingredients on hand, so I'm just going to whip these up real quick. After they are mixed thoroughly in the bowl, they're going to go in the refrigerator for about an hour to chill, and then you roll them into balls, and they can store in the refrigerator for up to a week. Okay, so to make homemade ranch dressing, I am starting out making homemade mayonnaise, and this is a really simple, really delicious recipe. So you can use this plain, or you can use it as the base for your ranch dressing. What I'm using is 1 1/4 cups of olive oil, 1 egg, about a teaspoon of ground mustard, and then you're going to need some either fresh or bottled lemon juice and some garlic. I'm going to start out by cracking the egg into the blender, adding the mustard and about 1/2 cup of oil, and blending until it's really smooth. And then while it's on high speed, I'm going to drizzle in the rest of my olive oil until it gets to a mayonnaise-like consistency. And then I'll finish it off with about 3 cloves or a tablespoon of garlic, a little squeeze of lemon juice. And once it's blended, you have homemade healthy mayonnaise. Okay, so I have my homemade mayonnaise, and I'm gonna link the recipe below. One thing I forgot to mention is you need to stream that oil in very slowly. You also need to use a room temperature egg, and you might want to add a little bit of salt, but I will link that recipe in the description below. So to make the homemade ranch, I'm just going to add a cup of my homemade mayonnaise. I have made a cup of buttermilk. If you have regular buttermilk, you can use that, or you can add a tablespoon of lemon juice to a half a cup of almond milk, which is what I've done. You can also use a fourth a cup of fresh parsley, or I'm going to use a couple of tablespoons of dried parsley because it's all I have, a drop or two of vinegar, about a half a teaspoon of salt, but that's really to taste, and a bunch of pepper. I'm going to mix all this up together in a bowl, and we will have our homemade ranch dip. Okay, so Ashton and I have finished our snack making. We have a half-eaten bowl of popcorn here because we've been snacking on that. We've got our delicious oatmeal muffins. I'm going to slather it with butter. We have some peppers dipped in our homemade ranch dip, which will thicken in the refrigerator, and we have a bunch of energy balls ready to go. So Ashton and I are sitting here with our snacks, ready to eat our snacks. Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button if you haven't, and we will see you next time. Bye.